3, 2, 1, go! Do you know what, it honestly feels so weird vlogging knowing that this video is not going to go out for months and months, and if you know me, you know that I am not a full-time YouTuber, obviously, just look at my subscribers to see that, but I'll literally vlog, edit and upload straight away, and I'm always thinking like, oh, I can't bother to plan ahead, but I feel like this video is very necessary because I am currently just under 4 weeks pregnant. But I have my first doctor's appointment in about 25 minutes. So I thought I may as well kind of start a video which will just be little snippets of, I guess, what you'd call maybe like my first, I don't want to say first trimester, I want to say like the early kind of stages. Like I've only known that I'm pregnant for about 5 days and my boobs are really sore, like just tender, you know, like I can just feel them all the time. I have a few other symptoms, but I think I'm going to do that in a separate video, like very first early symptoms, because I've been writing them down because I know I was watching, like binge watching these when I was trying to work out if I was up the duff. I've also been trying to watch like, you know, first doctor's appointment, like I just don't know anything, so I feel like maybe other people will be in the same boat as me, so there'll be a few little clips over the next few weeks. I don't really know what this video is going to entail, but make sure you subscribe because this journey is going to be really fun together, and give this video a like because yeah, I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. I'm not going to take you into the doctor, but I'll take you and then we can have like a little debrief afterwards.
2 hours later.
I don't want to say that was pointless, but nothing really happened. They just said that I need to email like the NHS midwife people to get assigned a midwife and go from there, and they're the ones who will organise scans and general care. She asked me if I'm taking any vitamins, and I said yes, I've been taking folic acid for the last 2.5 months, and she was super impressed. So I'm full-on teacher's pet because a lot of people don't know that you should take folic acid 12 weeks pre-conception as well as 12 weeks post-conception. So gold star for me. Vitamin D is going in. Obviously it's October for me. God knows what month it is for you. But you should probably be taking your vitamin D as well, pregnant or not. So I guess that's it. Okay, here's a week 6 body update. I feel super like puffy and like not kind of as lean as I normally would. Like my stomach's not like, you know, coming out. You can see I'm just like, you can just see there's like bloat, like especially like in the lower abdomen. I just feel really like lower heavy, but I mean, obviously I'm got a fetus in there, you know. So in the last clip, I had a bit of a pointless doctor's appointment. And basically, so I didn't know this, like I thought that when you find out you're pregnant, you like, you know, you get a midwife, you get like some blood tests and all that stuff, but that just wasn't the case, or maybe that's just where I live. But yeah, today is Thursday and on Tuesday I have my first midwife appointment. So it's just a phone appointment. I'm hoping we'll get to book in the 12-week scan because obviously that's what we want. Apparently the baby is the size of an orange seed or an apple seed right now, so it's very, very small. But anyway, I'm very nervous because in an hour or so my mum and sister are coming around and I'm going to share the news, so you would have already seen that video. But yeah, I'm just really nervous.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Right, I'll put these together.
Here's another gift for you.
Oh,
Open it together.
I didn't think this was a real gift. I thought it was just sitting there. Okay.
You have to open that, Jill. You have to open that, Jill.
Open it. Daddy?
Yeah.
Is that you? I'm actually making a first trimester vlog. I don't know if you know about this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Currently in week 6, and I think the cravings / nausea has begun. And I did just text my mum and sister and I said, are pregnancy cravings a myth or are they a thing? They said they're absolutely a thing. My mum craved milk and my sister craved crunchy things. And this morning I've just had a hankering for crunchy nut cornflakes, so maybe it's
Is this
like...
like the future?
What?
God, who knows what will be that? What things will be like when this video goes out.
Oh, I know.
Flying cars.
Oh my god, exactly.
I can't bloody believe it.
So no, I don't feel too sick, just like a little bit like, but I haven't been sick or anything, and it's only been the last 2 days, like yesterday and today, that I felt a little bit nauseous. But apart from that, like symptom-wise, just a bit tired and like I feel fine. But I'm absolutely gassed for this. The thought of like hot food or like, I don't know, it's like literally making me feel sick. So yeah, week 6. going strong. We're actually going to New York in a couple of days, so pray for me with the jet lag and everything else as well. Whoa! Sorry, we've time travelled all the way to America in the space of like 0.1 seconds. This is my first trimester vlog.
Right, okay.
I thought I would do an update because I'm currently about 7 weeks and a couple of days, and we've just done 5 days in New York. So I thought I'd kind of tell you how it went, because maybe you're planning on travelling in your first trimester and you want to know what it was like. Well, all I'll say is it was fine. I think you're fine after you...
Flight 176 is phasing the following passengers.
How rude. Now I have a crisp in my mouth. Yeah, it depends how much you suffer with your sickness. For me, it's very much just in the morning. And it's very much cured by food, but like the certain type of food. Like you can't have something that you don't fancy, and it was annoying in New York because I would only fancy something really specific, and most things I wouldn't fancy, which kind of left things a little bit limiting. But as long as you can eat something that you actually fancy and you actually want, that worked really well for me. And the other thing is that I was just obviously a lot more tired than I would normally be, so we had to do things a little bit slower paced than what we normally would have done. And one night we ended up staying in, and I went to bed at like 9 PM, and we didn't really have any late nights and didn't really go to any bars or anything, which is just lovely of Chef Jeff to be so accommodating.
It is what it is, isn't it? We don't need to go and get wrecked to have a good time.
No. The other thing is that I had a little bit of bleeding on probably bang on week 7 day. So that was quite stressful. That was on the night that we stayed in. So we have actually booked a reassurance scan, which is going to be on Thursday, which is in like 3 days time. So I'll take you to that and update you with that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I can just say it was fine and it's normal, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's the update at week 7. We're now flying back to Heathrow. I've got my socks so I don't get deep vein thrombosis. I've got, I bought bands, like travel bands, like travel sick bands, which was mainly for the flight here because it was like in the morning, and I was like, anyway, get yourself some sickness bands, and see you in the next clip. Okay, it is 2 days post the clip you saw in JFK. Yes, we made it home. I'm sure you're relieved. But I've been feeling absolutely horrendous the last 2 days, like sick, tired. It's the worst it's been by far. But now we are, I think I mentioned this in the last clip actually, but we're actually going for an early scan. So I'm basically nearly 8 weeks. I'll be 8 weeks in about 2 or 3 days. So yes, just thought we'd take you with us, seeing as this is my first trimester vlog. We have about 5 minutes until we can go in. How much did it say it was going to cost? £50. We only really booked it because I've had a couple of bits of bleeding. I think I mentioned that as well. So yeah, it's just called a reassurance scan. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what to expect. I've just been to a dance class as well, so hopefully like the baby isn't freaking out.
What, the little fetus?
Yeah, hopefully the fetus isn't like being, frazzled from being jumped around so much.
The little fella.
But hopefully we can take you in and get some clips. Best case scenario is we get to hear a heartbeat. That's like literally all I want. So.
And we just want to make sure it's all alright, don't we? After, a bit of bleeding in New York, we were a bit like, what the hell? Yeah, but I mean, the positives are my pregnancy symptoms are horrendous. So I'm definitely pregnant. Like Jeff was commenting on my nips the other day. Massive.
They are. Do you want to see them? About 8 weeks.
Yeah, feeling fine?
Feeling really sick.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
You don't have bleeding or anything?
Yeah, I have. Like, not loads. Like, just a little. That's why we actually booked it.
Oh, okay.
Only a tiny bit. Like on 2 occasions. The first time it was barely anything at all. It was just a tiny bit on the tissue. But then the second one was red and then it went brown. But it was obviously only one bleed.
Is the second time now?
Yeah, it was just those 2 times.
And I'll just put this into your knickers there if that's okay. You see a pregnancy sac, so I was just trying to see something inside the sac. I'm sorry. All fluid is black on scan, so this is a pregnancy sac. And there's a baby in here with a heartbeat in there. Look.
There is?
It's just this little heartbeat and just there in the chest.
Okay.
It's teeny tiny.
So that looks alright, does it?
Yes.
So there's someone in there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
See the baby between the arrows
Yeah.
there, look, okay? Is that alright for you?
Yeah, thank you.
Our baby has a little heartbeat. Can't really see, but that is our little baby and it has a little heartbeat. How do you feel about that, Daddy?
Yeah, just a little bean, innit? Little fucking Heinz baked bean in there. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. You can't really see anything, so it's like. But it is good. We wanted that reassurance, right?
I was freaking out.
That is exactly what we went for, and that's what we got.
Yeah, I was freaking out because she was afraid. She was like, "Oh, there's a pregnancy sack," and like you hear loads about people going in. It's just like an empty sack, and I was like, "Oh my god, please find the baby." And then we saw the little heartbeat. It was like, dun, 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 dun. It's so cute.
Yeah.
So that's the update at week 7.5.
You better look after him.
I am looking after him. She wasn't. She was digging into my stomach. Do you know what I love about YouTube is that this room is an absolute mess. It is a dumping ground, but in the frame, doesn't it look tidy and aesthetic? You're not seeing what I'm seeing. A bit of time has elapsed. I am currently 11 weeks pregnant and I haven't done an update for a couple of weeks. But what I have been doing is I've been writing down every week all of my symptoms because to be honest, it's literally changed every single week. Some things have kind of stayed the same, but in general, I've had new symptoms every week. So I thought I would just quickly run through my first trimester symptoms week by week. And then I'm gonna wrap up the video by having my 12-week scan tomorrow. So I'm actually 11 weeks and 2 days. So I'm gonna be having my 12-week scan at 11 weeks and 3 days. They will also date me as well. So just in case I am off at all with my dates. Yeah, I mean, that's how we're gonna end the video. I'm obviously feeling quite anxious for tomorrow and just want everything to be okay. I mean, I'm definitely pregnant, like I'm getting all the symptoms and it seems like a textbook pregnancy, but yeah, you've just got no idea. So naturally I'm quite anxious, but yeah, it'll be nice to end the video hopefully with a positive 12-week scan and then we can just crack on with vlogging as normal again. Won't that be fun? Oh god, also my tits are ginormous. Right, so even though I did vlog a little bit in the kind of early stages, I just want to kind of quickly run through the symptoms I experienced. So I literally started writing it down at week 2. So that was pre-positive test. And also like, I didn't find out I was pregnant until you're technically like 4 weeks because it dates you from the date of your last period. So anyway, so at 2 weeks, so basically 2 weeks post-ovulation, so pre-positive test, absolutely ravenous, thought it was just my luteal phase symptoms, a little bit of acne, needing a wee a lot more, a little bit of discharge. Week 3, I didn't get my typical luteal phase, so my sessions in the gym were really good, which also kind of made me think, why am I not heading into my luteal phase? I track my cycle so religiously and I base my kind of health and fitness around it. So that was a really weird week to be having good sessions. And then obviously the following week I had a positive pregnancy test. I had very tender boobs that week as well. So week 4, which is when I found out I was pregnant, so that week, I just said I felt absolutely no different, just a little bit less energy for my workouts when my period should have been. But apart from that, I literally felt nothing different. I'm still so breathless, honestly. Like I've been on the radio last week and it's so hard, like being pregnant on the radio because it's just so hard to catch your breath. And if you're just talking normally, you're like, got to take deep breaths, so that was fun. Week 5, absolutely loads of gas, like all the time, all day long. So that was really annoying and I had that for a good few weeks. Like I probably only not had that for about 2 weeks. So I mean, prepare yourself and whoever you live with for a plethora of gas. So I put absolutely loads of gas like all the time, no acne, intense period pain during. Oh my god, maybe I shouldn't keep that in. This is way too TMI. Do I keep this in? Okay, basically, so I've found during intimate time with my partner that at the kind of pinnacle of that intimate time, there's period pain-like symptoms. So take from that what you will, but it definitely feels different. Anyway, out of breath, even eating, talking, etc. So that's literally been the case since 5 weeks. And then a daily dull period pain. And I pretty much had that for like weeks 4 and 5. At week 6, still really gassy, digestion was garbage, had 2 mornings feeling really nauseous and wanted cold oat milk with crunchy nut cornflakes. I vlogged that, so that was week 6. One evening I had a bit of blood and I freaked out a bit. I had that twice, I might have written it down again. And then at week 7, sick and tired every day, all food sounds revolting, coffee is hell on earth, hungover is the only word, another bit of blood. Yeah, honestly, from week 6, so that's when we went to New York. New York, my morning sickness wasn't great at all. Like I had to really go and eat, and it was the only thing that would kind of sort it. So I would feel okay after eating, which was good, but then also I barely fancied anything. So I'd only feel better if I just ate what I fancied. At least in New York, you can pretty much get any food that you want. But yeah, I would just want like cold juice and just sort of toast, like avo on toast, and then I would feel okay. Week 7 and 8, eating didn't really help it. So I could only stomach like very specific things, like no cravings. Lots of things like juice or like yogurt and fruit. Anything just like cold and like crunchy. And sweets as well, like Tang Fastics from the fridge were really good during that period of time. Didn't really train at all. That was like post New York, probably didn't train like all of New York, so week 6, then all of week 7, so didn't really do any exercise. I did try and do like a cardio class, and I think I left like 45 minutes in. It feels like a while ago now, but it's only a few weeks. Okay, week 8, still really breathless, sick and tired, gassy AF, no energy, but haven't had any period pain for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I think week 6, 7 and 8, all pretty much the same, just sick and tired. Week 9, so the last 3 days I've had way more energy, managed a leg session, sickness is a lot more mild, skin has been great throughout, hair feels amazing the last few weeks. This was a really positive week and felt like I turned a corner. So yeah, I remember that weekend when I turned 9 weeks, Chips came down. So if you watch my vlogs, you'll know Chips. She's my friend who lives in London. And we had like a curry, and we went to like a cardio class, and you know, we stayed up watching films, and like I felt fine. Whereas the weekend before, my cousin came down and I was just like dead to the world. Like we all just like binge watched I'm a Celebrity, and I like couldn't even carry on a conversation with anyone. Like I just literally felt like I'd been run over. So it felt like really different starting week 9, and that was definitely a turning point for me. So I was quite lucky. I feel like I only really had weeks 6, 7 and 8 that were horrendous, whereas I know a lot of people have the whole of the first trimester really horrendous, and obviously I'm in week 11 now. Last week, week 10, I named the week of no sleep. For 3 nights I peed 4 times in the night. In general, can't fall asleep, or I wake up and I'm awake all night, feel really tired, haven't trained much but been really busy with work, haven't felt particularly hungry but have eaten quite a lot. Only feel sick when hungry, so in the morning, but it's mild, and then in tiny bouts throughout the day, nothing major. Bit spotty this week, still am. Haven't had any cramps for ages, but my stomach is full on swollen, like I look 5 months gone. Yeah, so last week I did look probably more pregnant than I do this week. I'll actually show you my bump, because I think I'm showing like more than a normal 11-week pregnant person. When I see other people at this pregnant, they look exactly the same. So yeah, definitely like look and feel pregnant. But yeah, that's kind of my symptoms. This week I feel alright. Yesterday I managed to do a leg session, and I do get sickness, but it's so mild. Like if I just eat something, I feel absolutely fine. Like I'm definitely tired in the nights, so come the evening, I just need to go to bed. But I do feel really lucky, and like I can carry on with like my normal life, my normal routine. Everyone is completely different with, you know, what they can eat to make themselves feel better, or if it even does make them feel better. And obviously I'm so lucky that I work from home and like don't work in an office where I have to pretend to be fine, because when you're like gagging or just need to have a lie down, like you can't really do that especially when people don't know that you're pregnant as well. It's just like really, really difficult. But yeah, those are my symptoms for the first sort of 11 weeks. Obviously I'll keep you updated and I'll keep vlogging, even though the vlogs will probably be a bit delayed. But let me show you my bump, because yeah, honestly, if you're watching this and you're pregnant, like maybe you can tell me if this is normal. Okay, it actually doesn't look that bad today. Like it's actually looked bigger previously. Like last week it looked a lot bigger, but I can definitely, like you can see it. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. You can literally see it. It's there, it's coming. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, just a side note, I wasn't planning on wearing a beanie for this clip, and then I went to take it off and I had like all lines in my forehead, which wouldn't have looked good. So 0 degrees today, the beanie stays on. I hope that was enjoyable to watch, and maybe if you're watching this and you're pregnant, then maybe it'll help you feel reassured in some way. Let's go and do a 12-week scan, which is going to be tomorrow for me, but that'll be the next clip for you. And fingers crossed we get to see a baby with a head, because can you believe like it was only 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the baby was just like a little bean at that 8-week scan. How anticlimactic for you. We weren't allowed to film in the scan, so instead you get the debrief. Hello. Hello friends. I cannot wait to meet you. I'm having a lovely time in here. So that was really fun. We loved seeing it bouncing around with all of its features. If you remember the 8-week scan, it literally was just nothing. It was like a little bean. And now it's like got full-on feet and everything. So really pleased. The scan was basically, they did the scan, took all the pics, like dated it, so got my official due date now. And then they took my blood, took a urine sample, and they're sending off to test for like Down syndrome and things like that. So if there's any problems, I'll get a phone call about it. If not, then I'll just get a letter in the post in a week or so, just kind of saying the test results. But in general, looking at the baby, they said it all looks really good. Yeah, so we're really, really happy. We went out and had a bit of celebratory grub. I had some sea bass and potatoes, and it was delish. But I am gonna wrap up this video now. I really want to kind of get back into my health and fitness, which has been okay. I'll do another video about that. But anyway, the 12 weeks is essentially over. We made it. We have a little bun in the oven. It's so cute. I'm literally obsessed. Just like, oh, mwah, mummy's so proud. Look how much you've grown.
That's his first photo. Do you reckon that'll be his first one on Insta?
Totally. Hey guys.
Yeah, hey, just chilling in the room, bouncing
Hashtag
around.
First post.
Yeah, hashtag like, you know, baby.
Hashtag me, hashtag baby.
Womb.
Yeah, hashtag fetus. Thank you for watching this one and for coming on this journey with us. But anyway, let's wrap it up and keep going with all the fun. Make sure you subscribe, because the videos are going to be a blimmin' scream. Me and my bestie and my baby daddy. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. And like and subscribe, please. Love you so much. Happy New Year. It's probably like February at this point. I can't cope. It's December now. Okay, bye. Do a big whoosh. Should we do the hand? Go on.